What is good, people? What is good, people? Welcome back to another live stream on this channel. If it's your first time watching, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay locked in. Stay locked in. Excuse me, I got a little cough. But it's all good. It's all good. We are talking USA basketball versus South Sudan in the Olympics today. USA got the win 103 to 86. 103 to 86. It was a interesting game. I think there's a lot to discuss about the game. And we're gonna have a good time and we're gonna get into it. Okay. So first, obviously, the big talking point of last game was Jason Tatum not getting any minutes, right? Only him and Tyrese Halliburton got DMP CD'd. You feel me? No playing time, coach's decision. They weren't injured, nothing like that. They just didn't get chosen to play. Okay. Obviously, it was a big deal in media circles. It's quiet right now around the NBA and around the NFL. There's not a lot to talk about right now. So I think that got blown up to a thing that it really should have never been blown up to. If we're being honest, if there was actual things to discuss in the American news cycle, I don't think it would have been as big of a deal. Obviously, it is something. It's not nothing. What happened to Jason Tatum, right? He is the only player on that team that was a first-team All-NBA player. He's been a first-team All-NBA player for 3 straight years. He just won the chip. He's arguably the best player, even though he didn't win the Finals MVP. You feel me? So you would think he would get some game time, but he didn't, right? So it was obviously rotational. Steve Kerr said it was a matchup thing, essentially. I'm paraphrasing, but it's interesting. This game, the starting lineup was announced. Jason Tatum was in the lineup. He got a start. And Anthony Davis was inserted into the starting lineup for Joel Embiid. You feel me? Jason Tatum was inserted for Drew Holiday. Okay. So right off rip, we know that Jason Tatum's going to get some game time. Cool. As this game progresses, and we'll talk about that, Joel Embiid doesn't play this game. You feel me? And Joel Embiid did not play well in game 1 versus Serbia. I thought he was probably USA's worst player. I'm going to just be real. But he didn't get any game time today, and we'll talk about that. But let's discuss the game a little bit. Obviously, USA pretty comfortably got through this. Obviously, South Sudan made a little run in the third quarter, but they never really threatened the USA in any meaningful way. The USA always would get that lead back up to the 18, 20 point mark or whatever the case may be. I think Sudan put up a good fight. Obviously, they relatively new team put up a good fight. Obviously, put up a good fight against USA, or a much better fight in the exhibition game that they played earlier. In the before the Olympics started. But yeah, I think that it was a good game. It was a fun game to watch. Obviously, I think the big contributors for the USA, I thought Bam was really good today. His energy, his effort on the glass, I thought he was really good on the boards. I thought he was, he did all the little things, and he scored a lot. He just being the hustle, all that. There was no plays ran for him, but he got the job done. I thought he played really well. 8 for 10 from the field, 7 boards, 2 blocks, a steal. It's just great numbers. You feel me? Obviously, Braun had another decent game, just controlled the pace, 12 and 7. KD had another, he had another interesting game. He only hit 2 shots today, but still had 14 points. Even Halliburton got a little bit of run. He hit his 2 threes, I believe, that he took. So yeah, it was pretty much everyone played except for Joel Embiid. Jason Tatum played. I thought he was pretty quiet. I don't think he impacted the game that much. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good game. I think it was a pretty balanced performance. I think it was good for the USA to get those reps, get the rhythm. You feel me? Oh, I see I have a comment here. Much love, Chow Ryan. Shout out, much love. Doing 2 streams today. So we're doing this match reaction, which should be about 20 minutes. You feel me? And then we're gonna do a live watch along. So 10 p.m., 2 hours, 2 hour watch along for the Real Betis match tonight. So make sure you tap in with me if you're overseas and staying awake to watch the match. Come kick it with your boy. Come kick it with your boy. You feel me? But yeah, back to basketball. I think that the USA really showed that they're just not. They're just too good. They haven't even. I don't even think Steve Kerr has found the right mix. Right. I don't think he's got. I don't think he's got either of these starting lineups particularly right so far. We haven't gone off to great starts in either of these games where we just put the game away early. But yeah, no, it is something. Yeah, bro. I'm definitely gonna talk about that tomorrow. You're out for 3 months, Rasmus. We'll discuss that tomorrow. Today we're doing the match reaction as well as, and we might talk some transfer stuff after the match reaction. So tune in. The link is up. Share it with your friends, and let's have a good live stream. But yeah, back to basketball. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was saying Steve Kerr. I still don't think he's found the right mix. I think his bench rotation. I think that KD, Ant, Bam, Drew Holiday lineup was really strong. They went off. They extended the lead when they came into the lineup. But the I don't know. I just, like the USA was comfortable, but I still think Steve Kerr against better opposition, like they need to find a real good mix because there's a team that maybe could get a lead on them and hold them off better than Serbia did when they got out to a 10-2 run. You feel me? In the first game. So they need to figure out that initial 5 mix. I think adding AD was good. I'd move Tatum back to the bench. I'm gonna be real. Play him, but move him to the bench. Maybe bring Drew Holiday back into the starting lineup, or even Derek White. I don't know, but I think there needs to be the starting lineup needs to the mix isn't. It's not all the way there yet. Obviously, they won by 17, so I'm being picky here, but I'm projecting for tougher opposition once you get to the knockout rounds. Maybe a France, maybe a Canada. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Who knows? So they just need to figure it. They just need to figure it out. They just need to figure it out. But another, I'm just looking at some of the performances. We can go player by player. I said, Jason Tatum. I don't think he impacted the game much at all. LeBron, obviously the tone setter, the pace setter of the team. He turned the ball over a lot again. I'm going to say that. I just want to point it out. Like, he's obviously playing. He obviously plays. He's obviously the alpha on the team. But I think he's been a bit sloppy on the ball. South Sudan had extreme, length on the wings, right? You know what I'm saying? Like all of their players just have long wingspans, all that good stuff. So I think that contributed to him turning the ball over a lot, but I'm not too worried about Braun. Again, Bam played high minutes, and he's a player like I think he's great for Olympic basketball because he just knows his role. He's just gonna hustle, rebound, take an open look if it's given to him. He's not forcing anything. I think he was really hooping today. Ant had a decent outing again. I think Ant really played good defense today. I just wanted to point that out. I thought his defensive effort was really good. Tyrese obviously came in for a little burst, but those 2 threes he hit, those were big threes. I thought those were like, okay, they were good like energy. They were good like energy threes. You know what I mean? There's certain shots when certain people hit them at certain times, it just gives the team a boost, and I think his threes did that. You feel me? Derek White again. He's a dog. Like the people. I get that JB should be on this team from a merit perspective, but Derek White, like he's just the ultimate role player. He's the ultimate role player, bro. Just hits every open look, plays great defense, hustles. Like he's perfect for this team, bro. He's perfect for this team. Like maybe there needs to be and this is just a crazy thought. I'm thinking of this off rip. Like maybe obviously of the 12 players, right? maybe 10 of them are like locked in like superstars, right? And then the other two are going to be role players. Maybe that's what they should do going forward. Like instead of, and people just know that ahead of time, like we're bringing two role players, like we're bringing a guy like a Derek White. Obviously, Drew Holiday's an all-star, but at this point, he's not making all-star games consistently. So technically, a role player, whatever the case may be, even though Drew's hooping, like Drew Holiday's been playing well. More quiet today, but again, great defense and all that. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I think I guarantee you that we see a different starting lineup in the next game for the USA. I think they face Puerto Rico on Saturday. Because it's on Saturday, I will do a watch along for that game. So make sure to tune into that. That'll be fun. Little early Saturday morning, relax, watch the game, have a good time. It'll be chill. It'll be chill. But yeah, I think the biggest takeaways from this matchup is one, I think Steve Kerr, he needs to find the right balance in terms of his starting lineup. I think the platoon swaps are also kind of not a big fan of them. You know what I'm saying? I take off 5, bring on 5. Never been a big fan of that. I think there was a particular the first. I don't think he did a platoon swap the first. I think he subbed in 4 players, and they went on a run with it was a KD and Drew Bam rotation that came in. But I think he needs to find a better mix. I think there is a way for him to play all 12 guys. Maybe Joel, they wanted to rest him because of his knees, whatever, and they knew they didn't need him for this game. But is there a way to get at least 5 minutes to all the players? You know what I'm saying? Like it is FIBA basketball. There's 40 minutes instead of 48. It's much going deep into your bench doesn't make as much sense. Like if you look at a South Sudan where everyone knows their roles, they're all playing high minutes. Like it's like an 8-man it's like a 7-8-man rotation for South Sudan. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. It's a little different for them. So yeah, that's one takeaway. Obviously, I think this was a more balanced game. I don't think there was a particular standout offensively. I thought again, Bam was the best player, I guess, had the best performance today. Just because of his energy. I thought he really impacted the game. His minutes were highly impactful. You feel me? But if you look at USA splits, 53% from the field, 43% from 3, 80% from the free throw line. Like this is them like I don't even think at 75%. Like they're still figuring this out. They're still figuring this out on the fly, and it's crazy to see. This team has ridiculous depth. This is one of the best Olympic teams we've seen in terms of just raw talent at the top. Bron, KD, Steph. Oh, also Steph struggled a lot today. Now that I mention it, something to point out. I don't think he made any threes today. It was 1 for 9 from the field, 4 assists, but didn't really impact the game at all. And he played very high minutes, right? So I think if you look, I think teams are geared on Steph a little bit. Like I don't think teams want Steph to get off, right? And go for it, because if Steph is and KD are the two that when they are locked in and they're feeling good about their jump shot, it's a wrap. You have no hope. So I think he'll figure it out. I think Steph will get back to getting in a rhythm. You feel me? But yeah, there's still a lot of kinks to work out. Oh yeah, I got to shout out Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker being in the starting lineup is actually makes sense. Like he's one that he's a star, but I think he knows his place in this pecking order. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't won a ring yet, so he doesn't have that like Jason Tatum recency bias of I've won a chip, right? He struggled this season. They were first round out. He doesn't have KD's resume. He doesn't have Steph, so I think he understands his place in the pecking order. He's cool playing defense. He's guarding. He's putting high pressure on the ball. Early into possessions, right? So he's playing defense. He's not forcing anything. All his looks are just really clean, so he's gonna hit him. So yeah, I think Devin Booker is actually good for the starting lineup. What starting lineup? Now that I'm thinking about it, like who would I bring in? Like, I think in my opinion, you should keep Steph, Book. Even though Steph struggled, you just gotta let that rock. Steph gotta start. You feel me? Steph, Book. I like AD in the starting lineup. I thought he impacted the game with defense immediately. Got a block early, kind of really set the tone for the USA's defensive presence. So I like him in the lineup. Obviously, LeBron's going to start. And who would be the next guy? Maybe you bring Drew Holiday back in. I don't know. Because I do like that. Again, it depends on who you're placing. I think Puerto Rico is a much smaller team than South Sudan. I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure they are though. Um, maybe you bring Drew Holiday back in, or like who knows, or you bring in Ant. I don't know. Because Ant was also like he's a very good defender, and I think Ant's just energy, his impact. Jason was just kind of quiet out there. Maybe he didn't want to force anything. I thought he had a good little first. First quarter, he had a nice drive to the basket, dumped it off to I can't remember who it was. Was it Drew? Was it Braun? Maybe it was Braun. I can't remember who he dumped it off to, but good little assist. Um, he clanked it off the back, like the side of the backboard. I think for his first shot, but it is what it is. I think Steve Kerr does still have a lot of work to do and needs to figure it out, but he'll get there. He'll get there. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. This is a new thing I'm trying to do. My goal is to do watch-alongs, right? Watch-alongs for this basketball stuff. My goal is to get some buddies to start doing some joint content outside of United, obviously. So I want to talk. We're going to start talking NFL. The NFL season is fast approaching. Definitely want to talk NFL. The NBA season, I think there's going to be a lot of things to unpack this season. I want to start doing live streams, so maybe 2 streams a night. Why not? A 30-minute or 30 to 45-minute NBA stream, maybe a 30 to 45-minute United or football stream. Why not? Why not? It's not that much of a heavy lift, honestly. So let's get it. But I appreciate everyone who tuned into this. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be live in like about 30 more minutes. So just stay around. We're going to be doing a watch along for this Real Betis versus Manchester United matchup. And yeah, let's have a good time, and we'll out for the Olympics. I'll be back Saturday morning, I believe, at 11 a.m. So appreciate everyone who watched. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Deuces.